Another day, another new collection. Hey everybody, today we are looking at the Guerlain Spring. This is the Honey Amber Quad. I'll make sure you have close-ups of this. This particular quad does not have a cover to it. It's just got the gold. I have put fingerprints all over it. I keep cleaning it off and the fingerprints keep coming back on. I'm not going to clean it again at this point. I would say that the color story, I think, is going to be a lot more usable than the recent color stories that Guerlain has done. I'm referring to the Cheruk one with all the crystals on it, which was a beautiful case, but the colors were unusual. And then the Patchouli collection, where again, the case was beautiful, but the colors were, they're certainly usable. They're just a little bit more, they're a little bit more unusual and not everyday colors that we see. This one, I think, is a very usable quad. It looks very usable to me. It says warm honey tones of brown and pink. Absolutely, that's what I get from this. And I think, you know, it's very pretty. There's no difference in the formula as far as I can see. In the Guerlain description of these eyeshadows, they actually have it broken up into 3 star harmonies to naturally reveal the eyes and 5 harmonies for a captivating gaze, which means they are part of the permanent collection. The 3 star harmonies are Wild Nudes and Undressed Brown, which I have swatched, I'll show you in just a second, and Honey Amber, which is this one. So I feel like this is part of the regular collection, the core collection, and although it's coming out now for spring, I don't think this is a limited edition item. I think this is part of the core and those other, quote, neutral, nude, whatever you want to call it, shades. And then the 5 harmonies for a captivating gaze are Mystic Peacock, Majestic Rose, Imperial Moon, Exotic Orchid, and Royal Jungle, which I all have, and I've done videos on them if you want to search for those. So again, I don't think this is a limited edition spring release. I think this is an addition to the core collection, at least that's what I'm getting from the way it's depicted on the Guerlain site. It says 8 harmonies inspired by the wonders of nature. So I think this is part of it, which is why it doesn't have a special packaging. The ones that have the special packaging are limited edition. Again, this is my guess. Nobody has actually told me that, but that's what I'm getting, okay? Now, they also came out with new Kiss Kiss Bee Glows. These are color reviving lip balms. I picked up the shade Pearly Dahlia. Comes in the gold block cases. I really, really like this. I love a glossy lip balm. I love a bougie expensive lip balm that you could probably buy at CVS, but that's how I am. That's just who I am, guys. I'm not gonna apologize for it. Of all the things that I could, you know, I mean, you know, it's not so bad. Now, it does look a lot darker in the bullet than it does on the hand. That's kind of that's a normal situation with any kind of lip balm. You know, you're gonna get a really dark bullet and then whatever you're gonna get is gonna be much lighter. I really like this formula. It is a new formula according to Guerlain. It is 98% naturally derived honey tint balm. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. But it says color reviving balm and 24-hour hydration. Let's see. Creamy and addictive. I don't know if addictive is a good thing. It's incredibly melting texture glides onto the lips, long-lasting comfort. 6 floral shades with a syrupy sheer finish for a radiant, irresistible, and vibrant smile. Inspired by 6 flowers favored by the bees. Okay, interesting. So this one, which one is, oh, Dahlias. I'm like, well, what is this one? Yeah, brilliant, Jennifer. Yeah, Dahlias. I love Dahlias, by the way. I think this is a great color. The other color that I'm interested in is Pearly Lily, which is just a natural pink because the bullet's blue. That is the only reason I'm interested in it. It's a ridiculous reason to buy something, but I like it because I like the color blue. I just think it's pretty. But if you look on the site, they do have all the shades. They're relatively, I mean, they're kind of close to what the shades are, but honestly, it's just going to be a lot lighter than you see in the bullet. And I think any of them will work because really it's not supposed to impart a whole bunch of pigment. So if you're looking for something that is, you know, a light glossy balm that feels very comfortable on, the Guerlain one is as good as any others. Like these, they feel very, very comfortable on, and I haven't had any issues with them. I think They're really nice. The color Reviving, I'm not exactly sure what that's saying, but I mean, it feels nice. The color doesn't fade, so I'll give it that. Before we move on to the eyeshadow, when I talk about it compared to the other neutrals that I mentioned, I want to mention Valentine's Day because it's coming up. Valentine's Day is not my favorite holiday. Not because I have anything against Valentine's Day. I just feel like it can be sort of a forced holiday. And I also, when I worked for Chanel, I felt so bad. And it was mostly men, not always, but it was mostly men who came in at the last minute to buy gifts for their loved ones, and which was, you know, incredibly kind. But I always felt a little bad for them because I felt like, you know, they were trying to get the right gift and they were being judged on how much they spent on their gift. And I always felt a little bad because they always look very stressed. So I guess maybe in response to that, I don't know, Valentine's Day is not my favorite. But I will say this. If you are looking for a lovely gift that is not ridiculously expensive, I love these earrings from Ana Luisa. I've been wearing these for a little while. The reason I like these so much is that I'm not as much of a heart person. Like if you're a heart person, I'll show you a pair of earrings, which you might like a little more. But that design just really isn't me. And these from the front just look like, you know, hoops, gold hoops, but nice gold hoops, you know, ones that have some weight to them, but they're not heavy. Like they don't pull your ear down at all. You can see, you can tell with earrings, like if your ear, you know, is like down to here, especially at my age, you'll know if they're heavy. These look weighty, but they're not weighty. And from the side, they're hearts. They're crisscrossed at the bottom, and I absolutely love that. I think that's just so awesome because you have the heart for Valentine's Day, but you can wear, I mean, you can wear hearts any day, but you get my point. Like you can wear them every single day and they're not necessarily calling out, I'm wearing a pair of hearts. They're just beautiful gold jewelry and they look really nice on the ear. They're very, very comfortable. They snap into place. Perfect gift. And like I said, a very reasonable price point. They also sent me these, which I haven't worn yet. I like these because of the color at the top, to be honest. These have the heart dangle at the bottom, and then they have the green sort of like jade looking stone at the top. I am a sucker for anything green or blue, so I do have outfits I'm going to wear with these. And like, again, if you're looking for something that's not pink or not red, a little bit different, you know, not your everyday Valentine's kind of gift. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Chocolate is always a good choice. I don't eat chocolate, but for everybody else, it's a really good choice. Just a funny story. My husband, when we were dating, he's a lovely gifter. He does a really good job with gifts. And we were dating and he bought me chocolate covered strawberries. I mean, what a lovely gift, right? I won't eat fruit that has like anything on it. Like I won't eat chocolate on top of a fruit. So I didn't tell him this at the time, but I took all the chocolate off the strawberries and just ate the strawberries. I know. Yeah. I told him years later and he was just like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, I felt so bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. Because it was so nice of him to get the gift. Anyway, so I'm probably the only one. Everyone else, I'm sure, likes chocolate syrup strawberries. Anyway, the point is, if you're looking for something that's not red or not pink or just a little bit different, I really like these. I mean, they're definitely the hearts, but they've got the little grain jade, which I think is beautiful. That's the kind of color story I go for. But these are my favorites. Like I said, I just think these are great for every day. You can wear them all the time. And literally, they snap in and they snap out. So these are just super easy to wear. Like I'm not one of those people who wants to spend a lot of time putting their earrings on. I'm probably impatient. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but I just can't. Like I just did that real time so you guys could see. They're just easy to snap on and snap off. I am not somebody who like usually wears a ton of gold, but this is like the perfect for when I do need some gold because it's a nice hoop. But it's a little bit different, right? It's not just your normal hoop. And I do love like other kinds of designs, but sometimes it can be a little too much. So this is perfect. Every day, easy to use, beautiful, great design, great customer service, great company. I really like the people there. Those are the only companies that I work with, to be honest. I don't care how much you pay me. Like, and Ana Luisa is not paying me, but I'm just saying, if I don't like the company and I don't like the people that I work with, I won't recommend them to you because I think the biggest thing in buying something is like, you need to have good people, good customer service. And if you don't, then, you know, I don't, I don't need that in my life. No drama. So yeah, these are great. Everything from Ana Luisa that I've used has been perfect. So these are great gifts for Valentine's Day if you're looking for something. I get a lot of DMs about it, actually, like recommendations for Valentine's Day gifts. And in that vein, if you want to pick up the Guerlain, the new Kiss Kiss, these are great because honestly, like, you really can't go wrong with a shade because it's really a lip balm. It's a pricey, bougie lip balm, which makes a great gift, and it has great packaging. Guerlain does a good job with packaging. All right, let's move on to the eyeshadow quad. So it is $85. Like I said in the beginning, I think it's part of the core collection now. Now, compared to the other neutrals, and I'm saying neutrals because I think they're all warm leaning. You know, you might disagree, but I think they're all warm. Anyway, so we have closest to my elbow, we have Wild Nudes, and then closest to my hand, so if you're going this way, Wild Nudes, Undressed Brown, and now the new one, Honey Amber. I think Honey Amber took shades from both those quads and sort of pushed them together because the pinker shade is from the Wild Browns and that orangey tawny shade is from Undressed Brown. I mean, Wild Nudes and Undressed Brown. So I think that's what kind of happened here. So I think it's a kind of a combination of the two. I think it's a peachy, orangey, and you could be more pink if you don't use that orange shade. I used all 4 shades and I'll show you how I did it. But the thing is, I did a whole video about peach shades and I talked about the Peach Glamour from Tom Ford, which is a very different quad than this, actually. It's not as deep, not as orange, not as warm. Now again, if you don't use that orange shade, you could get a much pinker look. But I definitely think this is very reminiscent of the Undressed Brown and the Wild Nudes. Like, it's not that different. I would say it tends to lean more towards the Undressed Brown because the orange, once you use it, it kind of takes over a little bit. If you don't use the orange at all, you get a much lighter look. I really like the formula. I think it's very nice. There are, you know, there's a satin, there's 2 shimmers, there's the matte. The matte is the pink shade, so that's the lightest shade, that's the grounding shade, if you will. If you put that all over the eye and then put that light shimmer peach shade on it, I think that would be beautiful. You don't have to use the 2 middle shades, which are the deeper shades, the orange and the brown, and you could just keep it very light and you'd get a look very similar to a look that I was wearing when I did the Yves Saint Laurent blushes, which is another new collection, which I'll have a review on soon. So I think, you know, I really like this quad. I think it's a good addition to their core, but I would have liked to have seen personally a cool leaning neutral nude, whatever they're calling it, in the collection. And maybe that's what's coming next, because I think that's what people are calling for. Not so much that I necessarily need one, because I have a lot of them, but, you know, I think it's what people are looking at right now, looking to add to their collections. And I think these shades pretty much existed in the Undressed Brown and the Wild Nudes. I think they were already there. So again, it's up to you guys to decide if you need that color story, if you like this color story. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I think it's very pretty. I think the formula is very nice. I wouldn't say that it's a must-have in regards to packaging, formula, or color story. It's just a nice, warm, neutral quad. The new Kiss Kiss Biglows, I would be more likely to go get for me. But again, that's because I'm kind of obsessed with glowy, balmy products that I don't need. All right, so let's talk about the lipstick. Okay, so the Cherry Blossom lipstick case came out and then disappeared. Now, Guerlain does this sometimes. I will find out, or I will do my best to find out, if it's coming back or if it's gone, which is possible because Guerlain does have limited editions that, you know, that's it. You don't see it again. And it was a cherry blossom. It was the blossom on the front of the packaging. And if I can find a picture of it, I will show it to you so you can see it. But I don't see it available at the moment anywhere. When I say at the moment, or when I do these videos, a lot of times I get questions that are like, what do you mean it's not available? I saw it available. When I'm recording it, it's not available. And then these things go up and they're up for in perpetuity, frankly. And even if you take them down, the internet, as we all know, is It's always there. So it's possible that I'm filming this now and I'm saying these things and somehow it pops back up. And I won't be able to address that in the video. But I'm going to try to find out before the video goes up and put it down below if I can find out if it was here and gone January 2025, or if January 2025 was a soft launch and then it's expected to be more. Again, at the moment though, I don't know. There was a shade that came with it that was on the Guerlain site and touted as the spring collection. And it was Les Nuits 08. Now, I was able to get the Les Nuits 08 shade. I did not pick up the Cherry Blossom case, which was available when I ordered, because to be honest with you, I'm not a pink person. And like the Cherry Blossom, I was just like, eh. I mean, it's like, it's okay. But that case didn't like call to me like the Poochy ones did, or the crystal ones from Shrook, or frankly, the denim collection from last year. Like those are the ones that interest me. The Cherry Blossom case, really, it didn't call to me, so I didn't order it. The lipstick, though, I thought was really pretty shade. This is Les Nuits 08. And I will put it on the back of my hand, and then I will put it on for you. I will take off what I have on, but I just think it's very me. Pinky nude. All right, let's take this off, and I'll put this on. Maybe what the Kiss Kiss means by color enhancing. It does leave behind a little bit of, can you see my lips look a little pinker? My lips usually look like the rest of my skin, like I have no pigment in my lips. So maybe that's what it means. That's possible. All right, let's try the Les Nuits. It is light. This is gonna wash out people who are medium, medium skin tone. This is gonna wash you out. But I really like this. This is perfect for me. It's a great shade. It's a really good everyday shade. It goes really well with the eyeshadow. I really like this. I would call it like a deeper peach almost. Very pretty. I like the formula. It does have a scent. Rose? I think it's rose. This is the new Rouge D cases. We've had that conversation many, many times. So my overall thoughts about the Guerlain Spring is that the eyeshadow isn't really spring from what I'm getting. It's part of the core now. The Kiss Kiss Bee Glows are new and I really like them, but they're lip balms, glossy lip balms. They're good ones, but the lipstick, I like the shade very much. I think it works better on a fair to light skin tone. It's me, but I do like the new Guerlain lipsticks. You've heard my rant about the cases. Now we're going to get to perfume, if you're interested. So this is the Guerlain Patchouli Paris, and I've actually had a lot of questions about this fragrance. So I was waiting to get a sample so I could give you my thoughts. I've been wearing this for about 2 weeks because I wanted to give you a comprehensive analysis of my thoughts on this. I think it is stunning. I actually love this. This is by Perfume Delphine Jelk. I'm not ever sure if her name is Jelk or Jelk. Anyway, it is a woody iris powdery patchouli with vanilla and musk. I think this is unisex, definitely. I think there's going to be a lot of people who enjoy a quote traditional masculine scent that are gonna love this because it does have, it's intense, it's heavy. It's a heavy fragrance. It kind of reminds me a little bit of an 80s fragrance. If you've lived through the 80s, or at least you have an 80s fragrance, kind of like Obsession was way back in the day. There's a lot there. I'm trying to look for the best way to say this. I've been wearing it for 2 weeks and I'm still kind of like, I would say this. If you like iris and you like patchouli, you're gonna love this fragrance. But you have to be somebody who likes a heavy, musky, little damp, almost earthy patchouli with a touch of iris. Because that's what you get. I am gonna buy a full bottle of this. Not right away because I'm trying to be reasonable. In fact, I'm gonna have a video very soon where I talk about what I'm not buying in 2025. But if money was no object, wouldn't that be nice? If money was no object, I would buy a full bottle of this today. Because I think this is gonna be much more of a winter fragrance for me. I don't know how this will do in the summer. At the moment, it's kind of comforting because it smells like, you know, warmth. It gives you that feeling like, you know, you're in a den somewhere with a leather chair. So yeah, it has that feel to it, but it's a heavy patchouli scent. Now the iris, what the iris does, I think, is it gives it a little bit of sweet with the patchouli. Like some patchouli is not sweet. This kind of has a little bit more of that. It's not a Coromandel from Chanel, which is more gourmand. This is more an earthy patchouli with a floral. Again, this is a very intense fragrance, and it's very similar to the tobacco honey in the sense that it lasts all day. In fact, it lasts longer than all day. I had it on the other day, and in my my cashmere, I mentioned the makeup of the scarf because it matters about the type of fabric. The cashmere smells still like patchouli, and I don't think I can get it out because it's, you know, into the weaves of the cashmere. So yeah, and it still smells like a vanilla patchouli iris, like it's still there. Now, depending on your skin, you're gonna get more of the iris or vanilla, but I would say no matter what, the patchouli is the heart of this, which makes sense. It's patchouli Paris. Like, it's not like you smell this and when it dies down, you're like, oh, I get iris or oh, I get vanilla. No, when this dies down, you get patchouli. You get patchouli at the beginning, you get patchouli at the end. But it's not an unpleasant patchouli, but I mean, to me, I love the scent of patchouli, but it's just, I keep saying this, it's a heavy, intense fragrance. So I love it for winter, but I don't know if I'm gonna love it for summer. That's my take. Okay, that's Guerlain for today, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want any other comparisons. Thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video really soon.